watching the brat. ChesaTheBrat, yeah. Get a subscriber tab. ChesaTheBrat. Turn around.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're not already subscribed, girl, what are you doing? Literally,
what are you doing?
Because I don't know if you haven't heard, but when you subscribe to me, you get a fatter ass, you get a bigger bank, you get that you was plotting on. Yeah, that one. Yeah. As y'all can see by the title, y'all, I am completely disappointed in myself. I'm probably more disappointed in myself than you are in me. Why do I already know my New Year's resolution for 2026 and 2025 damn near just started? Damn near just started. Should I add a necklace? I don't know if I want to add a necklace. All right, y'all, I definitely want to do a necklace.
Okay.
Even though, like, in majority of my story times where I fought, it's a general consensus that it was well deserved. Like, it just had to happen, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to defend yourself, sometimes you have to fight for your respect. It just depends on the scenario and on the situation, and I never just be out here looking for a fight. You guys can let me know in the comments if you feel like it was well deserved yet again, or if you guys feel like I'm wrong this time. Y'all let me know. I have mixed feelings about how I handled the situation, but I definitely know that I don't regret the situation
at all.
When I tell y'all shawty had me f***ed up, she didn't even just have me f***ed up, she had me f***ed up
squared.
Before we get into it, you guys, I'm not going to be doing subscriber promos in the beginning this time. This is like my third time re-recording this entire video because they were not messing with the way that I told the story. I guess it kept having some issues and I kept having to redo it. Y'all know, especially if you're on Instagram, you guys have been waiting for this video, and I hope this is the last time I have to re-record it. I'm going to start doing my subscriber promos, especially when I have this many in the end of the story, like a special segment at the end of my story, because you guys are always tuned in by that time anyways. That's when I give my other disclaimers and my other important stuff. So I'm going to save my subscriber promos for the end of the story time to save myself from having to deal with this video over and over again, because I find that that might be part of the problem. This is one of them ones, child, and I really wish this didn't have to happen to me, because I don't understand why I keep getting put in a position to have to handle. It's like, why? Just why? If you haven't already subscribed to the Patreon, I am going to be dropping a juicy Patreon video this week. So you might want to go ahead and subscribe so that when I do drop it, you're able to watch it. So let's go ahead and give this girl a name. I was going to be petty and name her Yoni for multiple reasons, but I feel like me saying that word too many times on here, I don't know. I don't want to say that too many times just in case, but I was going to name her that for two reasons. One, because she's one of those fake spiritual ladies or whatever who swears that she's doing a lot of womb healing and she's just so spiritual and she's just a healer and she's so healed and all of this, and she posts a lot about like yoni stuff and stuff like that, and I'm not gonna say the other reason why I want to name her Yoni, but y'all are gonna catch my drift by the end of this video. But we are gonna name her is Sage. Same as the second reason, just because she plays like she's super spiritual and so aware, and when in reality she is spiritually disturbed. And secondly, because she's always posting about sage and needing to sage her space and just needed to sage this and that, when really her spirit needs sage. She's the one that needs a cleansing. No shade.
All shade.
She might be good now, because I might have got rid of her bad energy for her when I...
Never mind.
Sage is a girl that I've known of for a while. Like, she wasn't one of my friends. She wasn't somebody that I hung with or anything like that. She was more so of like a friend of a friend. Like, she was my homegirl's homegirl. And sometimes my homegirl would be on the phone with her, like not sitting on the phone with her while she's hanging with me, but like she would call her while I'm hanging out with my homegirl. We're gonna name homegirl Friend. We're just gonna name her Friend because there's not a lot of people in this story time that need names. So Friend would sometimes get a call from Sage or whatever, and she would pick up real quick or whatever, and she would be like, oh, I'm with Chesa, and Sage would be like, hey girl, and I'd be like, hey girl. Or I would see her post her stuff and she would post my stuff. But I don't know, like, we never followed each other at first because I don't know, I don't follow every single girl that my homegirl reposts. I might, you know what I'm saying, like the picture or something like that, but I don't like just go follow every single one of my homegirl's friends. That's just not what I do. I want to say maybe September-ish of 2024, my homegirl had reposted these pictures that I had posted around this time. It might have been a little bit before or after, I don't really know, but I remember it was around this time that she had reposted my pics onto her story. And when she posted these pictures, Sage went and liked them, and she went ahead and followed me. And this was the first time that she followed me. Like I said before, we weren't following each other, but when I saw that she followed me, I went ahead and followed her back. Like, I'm not no hater, and when I see a girl supporting me, baby, I'm gonna support you tenfold. So she followed me, I followed her, I liked her pictures, and now we're following each other. So also, her following me off of a picture that my friend reposted on her story of me is foreshadowing. If you guys follow me on Instagram, which my Instagram is ChesaTheBrat, if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I post a lot of nature pictures and posts and things like that, because there's a nature spot that I go to. It's not the only one I go to, but it's the main one that I go to, and I'll, you know, do a hike out there, or I'll just walk, or I'll go sit by the water or whatever it is, and I post it, and I'm always posting it on my story or whatever. So one day I had posted it, and Sage had like slid up or whatever, and she was just like, ooh, this is super nice. I knew I took you for I know a spot type of girl. Like, she was basically saying that she feels like I look like I know good nature spots, or I know, you know, I know a spot or whatever. So I was just like, oh, LOL, yeah, I love it out here, it's super peaceful, whatever. Fast forward a few weeks, coming up on my birthday, my homegirl friend, she ends up asking me like, hey, can I bring Sage? I guess she caught wind that we were like cool or whatever. They probably spoke about it, I really don't know. And she just like, I told her that she could bring a person anyways from the start, and she was like, okay, do you mind if I bring Sage? And I'm like, girl, hell no, you can bring her or whatever, that's cool. And Sage didn't end up coming. I ended up personally inviting her once she asked me that. Like, I wanted to go ahead and send her the details personally, so I sent her the same little message that I sent all my friends and let her know that she was more than welcome to come. And she ended up hearting it, saying that she would probably make it, but then she didn't end up making it. She said she was sick or something, I really don't know. I wasn't tripping. Since she didn't show up to my birthday, I don't know if she felt like obligated to invite me or if she just genuinely wanted me there, but she went ahead and gave me an invitation to her birthday party, and I ended up going to her birthday party. At her birthday party, I'm there with like some of her homegirls. Obviously, friend is there and stuff, and it's no niggas. Like, I didn't invite my boo or nothing like that. It was just the girls, and we're playing like this or that, would you rather, and all this shit. She starts answering questions that I feel like a lot of her answers were just weird. Like, have y'all ever hung out with a girl that just doesn't align with your moral compass? Like, I'm getting to that age. I told y'all I'm getting to that age where I want to surround myself with people that have at least the same morals as me. Like, I don't want to hang around with that love to just take people nigga and like to go and cheat on niggas and just do people dirty and things like that, because it's like, that shows your character. If you can be out here doing that to other people, then how can I trust you to be a good person to me? For example, that she was recently talking to a married man, and how that's none of her business because you can't wreck a home that's happy and all this stuff. Like, you know, one of those girls that feels like, oh well, if I could take your nigga, he wasn't your nigga and stuff like that. And it's like, we're getting too old. And baby, she's older than me. I forgot to even mention that, but she's older than me. There was no situation that popped off from her birthday party. That was just how I kind of started to feel a way internally about her. But I also wasn't like putting too much on her, because I was like, I don't know, I be trying to give people grace, and I be trying to like get to know a person for real rather than just making rash judgments right away and stuff like that. So I was just like, whatever, girl. And she was drinking a little bit. Maybe I was like, maybe she's just showing out a little bit because she got new company here. I don't know what the fuck she got going on. I really hope that's not really her for real, but I wasn't gonna like hold it against her or whatever. So moving on to the next situation, we obviously start talking a little bit more after her birthday party, and this is when it starts to get weird, like quickly. She ends up hitting me up, and we basically plan a little date to go to the nature place that I'd be going to or whatever, and we end up doing the little picnic, journaling little friend date that we said we was gonna do. And this is when she really starts throwing me, like she's throwing me all the way off. She starts venting to me about friendships with her other friends. Now, she's not talking to me about friend or any girl that I know personally. She's talking about like her own friends that are like just her people that I don't know and I've never met. And she's telling me about how she just recently had to cut off this girl because she's just a loud spirit, and she just always want to be seen, and she's just always trying to be the one having the most attention in the room, and I can't with no like that, because it's like, who do you think you are you trying to compete with your friends and stuff like that. And it was like, there are friends that are definitely in competition with their friends, but I never personally cut off a girl because she's loud and outgoing. And the way she was explaining the girl, it wasn't giving that she's an obnoxious, just wants to take everybody's attention type of girl. It just seemed like this was a girl that was confident in herself. I could be wrong, I don't know the girl, but considering the development of this story and the development of this girl that I'm talking about, this Sage, and what she ends up doing and all of this, I feel like her judgment on this other girl she's talking to me about is definitely false judgment. And this girl was probably, she probably cut her off. For all I know, she probably slimed this girl the same way that she tried to do me. And you know what I'm saying, now they're not friends, and she's trying to feed herself a delusion. Like, there are real life that will do you the dirtiest way possible, be the shittiest friend to you possible, and create whatever narrative in their head to try to convince themselves and other people that you're the problem. And they will start believing that shit. Like, they will literally find something to say that you did, or some reason to justify y'all not being cool anymore, and be so delusional that they will convince themselves that they are not the problem, and that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it seemed like it was one of those situations, and she probably having a hard time coping with the fact that they're not friends anymore. So she's trying to make herself feel better and self-soothe by trying to put the situation on that girl. She starts talking about her love life or whatever, talking about how she's taking a break from dating and she's on this celibacy journey, and how she just can't stoop down to the level of a man. And now she's talking down on men as a whole, which I'm not even gonna say I had a problem with that, because I have a lot of friends and a lot of women that, you know, they have their fair words to say about men, and I have my words to say about men too. But it was the way that she was just saying, like, energetically and just as a human, women are just so much more above men. I can't see myself dealing with a man right now, because it'll really be hard to find a man that's deserving of my level and or deserving of my energy, because they're just not on my level and all of this stuff. And it was like, I'm just looking at her kind of like, okay, like, I get it. And she's like, but I seen like you in a relationship, whatever, and it's cute or whatever. I seen you post your man. And she was like, I definitely have a thing for dreadheads too. She was like, I need to get me one of my own soon. Like, I need my own dreadhead soon.
What do you mean by that?
And I'm just looking at her weird, because it's like, me personally, I wouldn't talk like that about somebody, man. Like, you're not specifically saying nothing like suggestive about my nigga, but it's like, I would never have a friend that has a boyfriend with waves and be like, oh yeah girl, like, I seen you post your nigga, I need my own nigga with waves, like, I need my personal nigga with waves. Like, it's just like, I don't know, the implications, I don't really like it, because it's like, even if you do have a thing for dreadheads, a lot of girls do, why is that what the comment coming out of your mouth is, like, speaking about my nigga? Like, what are you trying to say? Because baby, we can get down right now. Let me know what you want to do. But hey, I was just trying to, again, give her grace, give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't know this girl like that, so maybe her delivery is just, you know, not everybody speaks the way you speak. Not everybody would, you know, words the way you word. So I'm just trying to, like, you know, we at the park, it's trees around me, the trees, the leaves are blowing, the sun is out, the water is moving. Like, I'm really not trying to tee up on this girl out here in this nature trail. So I'm just like, yeah girl, like, yeah, like, thanks boo, like, yeah, changes the subject, because girl, what the fuck do you mean by that? Not too long after that situation, me and my boo end up throwing a little kickback at my house, and we end up just inviting some friends, whoever can come or whatever. Like, y'all already know it's not news that I be doing game nights, or that just my friend group in general, we like to get together, drink some, eat some pizza, eat some food, do games, and like, there's no celebration necessarily. There doesn't have to be an occasion. We just like to get together and have game nights and shit. So I invite her, well, really, I invited friend, and friend asked me, can she bring her friends or whatever. So she brings her friends, and she brings one girl, and she brings Sage. So now we're all at the house or whatever. I introduce Sage to my other homegirls that are like not really part of this same group of girls or whatever. It's not like a friend group. When I just say group, I just mean these are girls that know each other, and it's a separate, like, I have separate friends that know each other, some don't, some, you know what I'm saying? So we're all playing the game. I don't even know which one it was. It was probably like Never Have I Ever. We play like pretty much the same games, because we have different versions of the cards, or we'll find some on the phone, and we'll, you know what I'm saying, like, there's always something new and fresh to ask, and we'd be like in the conversations that we be having out of the games or whatever. And we don't tend to make the shit weird and freaky, and like, it don't always got to be an adult ass thing when it's just a group of us as friends. But hey, let me not get ahead of myself. So we end up playing Never Have I Ever, and everybody's asking stuff like, yeah, there's a few little like adult questions in there just because we're trying to, like, you know, get somebody to lose or whatever, but it's not heavily centered around adult questions. I want to make that very clear. Like, most people are asking, never have I ever got in a fight at school, never have I ever snuck out of the house and got caught, never have I ever got beat up, never, like, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. And we were finding like funny things, and if it was adult, it was like, it wasn't specific. So it gets to Sage, and mind you, my man is a part of this game. He is very much here, and I caught her looking at him a couple times, like where it wasn't really like making sense for her to be looking at him, but I'm not going to overdo it and start like stalking what you looking at and trying to police what you looking at and shit like that. Like, I don't got to worry about my man. That's one thing. So it would be different if I had a man that, you know, was choosing, and like I had to worry about him being with one of my friends or something like that. I would be more on edge, which you guys know I've dealt with boys like that, but I don't have to worry about him looking at no bitch or worrying about no, especially in my face with my friends. That's crazy. So I wasn't too much worried about it. I just like was like, all right, bitch. But I just, you know, I left it alone. So it gets to her, she starts answering the question or asking the questions, and she's like, never have I ever seen a man that was so fine that made me want to give up my celibacy, or maybe want to end my celibacy. And then she immediately looks over, and either I'm not gonna say specifically that she looked directly at him in the eyes or nothing like that, but she looked in our direction as soon as she said that. And it was just like, also it was giving like, girl, you better have wanted to say you were on a celibacy journey. Like, you better have wanted to say that. I know women that are genuinely on a celibacy journey because they just like, that's just what they feel like is best for them. And I'm not judging nobody for nothing, especially not nothing like that. Like, that's not nothing to judge negatively. But I know women also who either say they're on a celibacy journey and don't be. Like, I know girls, I have had friends that have literally told me that what they're doing in the streets and in the sheets, and then told everybody else they're celibate, which that ain't my business. But it's like, right, there's a place and a time for everything. Why in front of everybody, including people's niggas? Because there was another girl, one of my homegirls had her nigga there too. Why the are you trying to make it clear that you're on a celibacy journey in front of a bunch of niggas, especially niggas that you don't even know? And also, you don't even know who else is on a celibacy journey or who has been celibate. So it's like, you're assuming that we've been celibate. Like, I get it, it's never have I ever, but that's like oddly specific. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was gonna put their hands down but you. Like, who? Wait, what do you mean? She literally put a finger down when she asked it. Is the point of never have I ever not to say things that you have never done so that other people can put their fingers down? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it was just giving pick me. I hate pick me ass. She's like,
never have I ever seen a nigga so fine, he made me want to stop my celibacy.
Looks over at us like, girl, don't get punched up in my house. But at the time, y'all already know I be looking back on these situations when I'm telling these stories, or like obviously after the situation actually happens in my life, and I look at it and everything just connects. And some stuff was already connected, but I feel like I was in denial because I be hoping these don't be trying me like that. She said another one that's way too raunchy for me to describe on here. Maybe I'll retell this story on Patreon so I can, you know, say what I want to say. But let's just say that she described a very specific adult situation that she has I guess done, that a lot of people, I guess you would assume haven't done or whatever. And she's like, never have I ever blah 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 blah. And it was way too rated R. Like, I get it, we're all adults, but it's like, it's just, it didn't fit the tone of the hangout. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, can you read the room? We're all on some chill, like funny vibes or whatever, and you're over here making this shit sound like a spicy book. Like, I can't even make this up, y'all. Like, the men in the room looked uncomfortable, and the bitches were kind of just like fake laughing, like, girl, like, what the fuck? Like, ew, like, what do you mean? Like, and she put another finger down. So it's like, you're not even playing the game correctly, and you're trying to be a pick-me. You're trying to give niggas visions in their head or something. I don't know what you think you're doing, but whatever you think you're doing, you're not. You're just making everybody hella uncomfy. So the night ends or whatever, and as she's like leaving or whatever, she ends up saying, like, this is all not back to back obviously, but before she leaves she said something to me. My man, like, he must have done something, I don't really know what specifically, I don't remember, but I think he did something to like help me or something like that. And before she leaves, she said something to me like,
I could tell he don't play about you, girl. Like, I know that's right. Like, I could just tell he don't play.
and it was just like, girl, like, you are munching on this man so hard, like, why? And it's like, some of y'all are probably gonna be like, girl, you're overthinking everything, like, why are you so worried about her and your man? You're gonna know, look at the title of this video, boo. Like, I have a reason to now be feeling like this. At the time though, I really wasn't. I was just like, maybe she's just one of those girls that can't read the room. Maybe she's lacking some social cues. I know I'm lacking some social cues in some areas. So I'm like, maybe she just has good intentions and doesn't know how to deliver the shit, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, yeah, girl. And she says this in front of my man, by the way. I don't know if I put that in there, but she like leans and says to me and him, damn near, I can just tell he don't play about you, like, with me and my man sitting right next to each other. And like, he heard it and he looked and he was just kind of like, and like, it was awkward. And then the whole night was over, she leaves or whatever, and the first thing that my man says is like, where did you find that girl? Like, where did you get this friend from? Because she's just a little, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't even just speaking on the comments she made about him. He was just talking about how she made everything super spicy and super, like, he basically was like, damn, is she going? Like, is she a thought, basically? Like, damn, is she okay? Also, I feel like what was kind of confusing me is that I felt like I ended up getting on FaceTime with friend after that night, and I was like, I don't know if I'm tripping. Like, is this how she usually is? Because I don't know her like that, and you do. And she's just like, yeah, girl, don't take nothing that girl says seriously. Like, she's real cool, but sometimes she just, you know, she just acts like that. Like, that's just her. You'll get used to it. She don't mean no harm. Like, I'll talk to her if you want me to or whatever. I'm like, nah, you don't gotta talk to her or whatever. I want to see what this girl gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? I want to see how she truly acts as herself. Like, I don't want you to tell her how to act around me. I don't want you to tell her nothing, because this is somebody I'm getting to know, and I want to get to know you for how you actually are. And that's just, you know what I'm saying? And I was, once I had this conversation with friend, it kind of was reassuring for me a little bit to know that, like, she acts like that with everybody, which, I mean, according to my friend, maybe that's how my friend viewed it, because I don't feel like my friend was trying to be weird in any type of way. But once she said, like, oh girl, that's just how she is, it kind of made me feel like maybe other people have said the same thing, or, like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously she knows what I'm talking about, because she wasn't confused at all when I asked her. She was just like, that's just how she is. So she knew what I was getting at. So I just kind of like charged it to the game. I'm like, okay, that makes me feel better a little bit. Back to, like I said in the beginning, that we had kind of became cool around September 2024. Around that time, I was trying to find a new form of content to make on TikTok, because I'm always shadow banned on TikTok. No matter what I try to do on that app, they don't like me on there anymore. Like, ever since I lost my original account, they just shadow ban pretty much everything I make. If I'm just trying to make a little cute video, it flops and stuff like that. So I was really trying to rebrand in a way and try to make new content, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I did some eating mukbangs on there. I was doing some like grocery hauls and things like that on there. Some of it got taken down, but I really wanted to start doing videos where I was doing what's in my purse with my purse collection, because I was peeping that I was accumulating a pretty unique and like good purse collection that I haven't seen a lot of girls with. Like, I didn't see a lot of girls with the same purses that I had. I used to love what's in my purse, what's in my bag videos from YouTube back in the day. And before somebody clocks me, I'm not saying that I came up with this idea, but before I did it, I personally did not see anybody do ASMR, like tapping on the purses with their long nails, the way that I thought that I like wanted to do the video or whatever. I'm not saying I created the trend. It was an idea that I had. So I was hanging out with friends, Sage, and some other girls. Some made content, some didn't. And we were just all talking about how we want to make more content, how we should vlog together sometimes, and just, you know, conversation that a lot of girls be having. Like, we need to get out here and make more content. We need to be taking more pictures, stuff like that. And I ended up saying that I feel like I want to do the idea that I just told y'all. Like, I wanted to make the ASMR, like, what's in my purse videos or whatever. And all the girls are like, girl, yeah, you should. Mind you, some of them have seen the purses, so they know what I'm talking about. And one of the girls is like, yeah, you should especially do it with the handcuff purse or whatever. And Sage instantly, she's never been to my, well, has she been to my crib at this point? Yeah, like, she been to the game night and stuff like that, but she's never been in my, like, wardrobe. Like, she's never just seen all my purses and stuff like that, so she doesn't know what the purse is that she's referring to. And she's just like, handcuff purse, like, the is that? And the way she said it, I'm not gonna say it was giving hater, but it definitely was like, I don't know, it was just like a little off the way she said it. She was just like, handcuff purse, what the fuck is that? Like, I'm just like, yeah girl, and I didn't have it with me, so I showed her a picture of it or whatever, and she was like, oh, and she was like, no, that's cuter than what I imagined. Like, she was like, when you said handcuff purse, I'm just like, what? And she's just like laughs it off or whatever, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, like, maybe at this point she had already rubbed me the wrong way too many times, to the point where like now I'm nitpicking more at what she's saying. But she definitely said it with some weird ass energy, and again, considering the situation, y'all, when I said that I wanted to do those videos, she's just like, oh, I don't know, like, I hate ASMR. I don't like, she was like, those chewing videos, like the eating ASMR videos, I don't like. I've never seen no other type of ASMR, but I know a lot of people don't like ASMR, so you should probably just do the regular, like, what's in my purse type of video, rather than, you know, the no talking ASMR, because it'll probably go viral if you do the normal one or whatever. So she's just on my idea off rip. Mind you, the other girls were like, yes girl, you should do it, that's unique, like, yeah, you should do it. And she's like, no, I don't like ASMR. And it's like, but you're not the only in the world, for one. And it's like, why are you trying to discourage me from doing something I said I wanted to do? Like, this came out of her mouth. Like, she said herself she don't care to do the content stuff, she just be doing content for fun. So it's like, why are you trying to give me advice about content when you don't even take it seriously? Like, who are you to tell me what's gonna go viral and what's not? No shade. So lo and behold, I do the video and it goes viral. Multiple of them do. But when I did the first one and it did like it performed well, I put it in the group chat. We had a little group chat amongst like some of us or whatever. And I did partially put it in the group chat to be like, yeah, like my idea, look what happens when I execute my creative abilities or whatever, basically. So I end up posting it, and I mean sending it in the group chat or whatever, and everybody hearts it. She hearts it too. Probably a couple days later, on her Instagram, she ends up posting a TikTok link on her story. Out of curiosity, I go click it. I mean, that's what you posted for, right? For people to go look at it. I go look at it, and she's doing ASMR tapping, what's in her purse, this bohemian style purse. I don't know if I already said it, but like, she had that more boho type of style. Super cute. I incorporate some of that into my style sometimes, like especially towards the summer. It'll be like a mixture of boho and edgy. Like, I'll do the gold bangles, and I have like the bohemian like sundress and stuff like that. I'll just probably do a darker lip, or, you know, add some darker accessories and stuff like that. But that was her style. I don't be hating on my friends when they do the same things that I do. It's just the fact that she was being discouraging about the idea. She was on the idea, she was being funny about the purse, and then as soon as I show you that my idea was successful, you go and do it. Now somebody is probably going to be like, well, you should have never sent your success in the group chat because that was your mistake and blah blah blah. And it's like, girl, I'm not pissed about her doing the video. I'm just showing you guys the weird that she be on. This is just something I clocked, but it's not something I said something to her about, because like, what would I even say? Like, how dare you do a purse video? Like, what do I look like? I'm just saying this is something I kept in the back of my head. So this is the last situation that ends up happening before the big situation, and this is the situation where a lot of y'all are gonna be like, oh yeah girl, she needed that from this situation alone. But we're just gonna get to it. So as you guys know, my boo, he makes music, Mako Cash on all platforms. He just dropped a song, so go ahead and go tap in. But he makes music, and he also performs in the city, like at different clubs or whatever. And there's certain clubs where he goes back and performs at like multiple times. I guess it's called like having residency at a club or whatever. And they'll give us a section, they'll give us a bottle, and we just bring people out and like that. So I be inviting my girls out, he be inviting his people out, and I'll bring a couple of my homegirls with us to the club, or like they'll push up or whatever, and we'll be in a section together. So I ended up sending the flyer in the group chat, the same group chat that Sage is in, and Sage never came to one of these because we just simply weren't friends when he had his other performances. Like I said, she was a newer friend, but I knew that Fran was gonna want to come, so since Fran was invited, I knew I should just invite all of them or whatever. So I sent it in the group chat, and mind you, on the flyer it says it's $20 at the door. Even with the flyer, you gotta pay for entry. In Atlanta, without the flyer, it probably would have been more to get in, but either way, you don't have to put in for the section, you don't have to put in for the bottle. You have a bottle in a section, you don't have to put in for shit. You just have to get yourself in the door. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I made it clear, both on the flyer it said that, and I said it in the group chat, and everybody said, bet I'll be there, hearted the message and everything. Everybody was on the same page, so I thought. So we end up getting there that night. We pull up, we all meet at the door or whatever. My boo is up right there with the promoter, and everybody's getting in. Everybody got their cash app out, or everybody got their cash out, and everybody pays or whatever. They get their little wristband, they go inside. And when it gets to Sage, she comes to the front and she's like rummaging through her purse, and she's like,
oh shit, I forgot my cash or whatever.
And she looks at my boo. She doesn't look at me, which I'm right next to her, behind her. She looks at my boo, and I'm behind her. I'm just with them, because I got in without, you know what I'm saying, needing to do all that. But I'm with them. These are my business. And she's standing right next to me, and instead of saying, oh girl, I forgot my cash, like, you got me or whatever, she looks at my nigga, and she's like,
oh, I forgot my cash, like, can you cover me?
To my nigga. So I'm looking at her funny, because I'm just like, what? And now my man looking at me like he don't know what to do, because on one hand, obviously he's not gonna like be rude as be like, no, like, you know what I'm saying, like, we're all here to support him. But he's now in a weird predicament, because he knows that I told everybody what it was, and like, now he's just, you know, he don't really know what to do or whatever. So as he's about to tell the promoter like, just let her in, she good or whatever, I ended up pulling out another 20. I'm like, no, I got it, because I didn't feel like it was his responsibility. Like, this is my friend, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, because I already felt like some weird shit going on, so I was gonna cover that shit. So I put out another 20, and I go ahead and pay on her for her or whatever. So I get her in or whatever. She's like, oh, thanks girl or whatever. And I'm like, we go inside. I pull her, like, not to the side, but like I said, kind of to her only. I'm like, girl, I told you that it was 20. And she was like, yeah, I know, I just forgot it, my bad, my bad. So that's that. Now, yes, that's odd, and yes, that's weird that she asked him and put him on the spot like that instead of asking me. But you know what's weirder? By the time he done finished performing, the bottle probably got like a shot or two left. She's drunk. She's probably the drunkest. And y'all, I remember this like it was yesterday, because for one, it wasn't that long ago, boo. And also because whenever my boo has like shows or performances or whatever, just in case he might need my help with something, or he might need me to do something, I don't be getting completely slizzard, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get up. And plus, my tolerance is super high, so I can take 3 shots and be tipsy and still be vibey, but I'm not gonna be out of it in any type of way. So I remember all of this. I wasn't out of it. So she's drunk, and the bottle is damn near gone. I don't know if she thought it was like completely gone. It was like a brown bottle of Dawn. So she ends up going and asking the lady for a shot. Like, our server comes over and she's like, can I get a shot or whatever? And the server, this is how it went. She was like,
can I get a shot?
And the server was like,
Yeah, girl, what do you want?
and she was like,
Tequila.
and the server was like,
What kind of tequila do you want?
and she was like,
Girl, anything, it doesn't matter. Like, you, like, surprise me.
and my man is right there at this point. I feel like all of this leads up to the situation, and I feel like, again, now looking back, I feel like all of these little things were attention seeking things. Like, she was just trying to show out and do the most, because when my nigga was around, that's how she acted. But yeah, keep in mind, verbatim, she said, it doesn't matter, you pick. She's like, you pick, doesn't matter, I don't care. And the server's like, okay girl. And if you don't know, like, if you're on the younger side or whatever, when you go and you order an adult drink and they ask you what you want and you tell them you do not care, you cannot get mad if they don't give you the house shot. And the house shot is normally the cheapest shot that they have, that they just use when people don't specify, or when people say they want the cheapest shot or whatever, or they just say, oh, give me the house. Usually it's something, usually it's the cheapest shot or whatever. That's what it is. So if you don't say, oh, like, just give me the house, if you tell them I don't care, it's up to you. Yeah, some of them might still give you the house, but some of them might try to upsell and give you a shot of Dawn, which the difference between the shots and price can be pretty significant. So now a lot of y'all are probably like, wait, how the fuck is she ordering anything extra if she just said she didn't have the 20 to get in the door? And now I wasn't even thinking about that, because maybe that was a little bit of tipsiness in me, because I wasn't even thinking like, bitch, how are you ordering anything? Because some of the girls were ordering the wings or whatever extra that they wanted to get, and she ordered a shot, but you didn't even have 20 to get in the door. So where is this money coming from? I don't know, but I'm not nobody to check nobody's pockets, so I wasn't even thinking about that at this point. So when the bill comes or whatever, it's close for us to be like getting ready to go. She gets her bill from the server and she's looking at it and she starts immediately tripping. She's like,
why is it so much? Like, why is it this much? There's no way that a regular little shot is this much.
And she was just like,
Well, I gave you a shot of reposado, or I gave you a shot of Dawn.
I don't really know what she said. And she was just like,
why would you do that? I asked for the house shot.
and she was like, the server, she was like,
No, ma'am, you said like you were down to drink anything. You said you didn't care.
And Sage is like,
no, I said I wanted the house. I said I wanted the cheapest shot. I didn't say I wanted anything off the top shelf or anything like that. I wanted the house. I wanted the house.
So she starts going back and forth, and she's yelling at this point, to the point where she done got my man's attention. He's over here looking like, what the f y'all got going on? Because again, this is a place that he comes to often to perform, that they bless us with. They pay him and shit. So it's like, why are you acting an ass in front of anybody? Like, why would you, even if this wasn't a situation where he was performing or anything, even if we just invited you to the club, why are you acting an ass when you with us? Because now you making us look bad and you're embarrassing us. So I'm just like, girl, calm down or whatever. And I ended up covering her bill so she could shut the fuck up, because she was like, well, I don't have it. And I was like, just give her what you have, I'll cover the rest or whatever. She gives her a couple dollars and I pay the rest of the shit. And we end up taking her to the bathroom because we feel like, girl, you gotta be drunk or something. Like, you're doing too much. So we take her to the bathroom. We're like, girl, you need to chill. Like, you're doing too much. You're like embarrassing everybody and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, my bad. I'm drunk. Yeah, I might be drunk. And she's like laughing it off. She's like a sloppy ass drunk. So we end up leaving. That's it for the night. She ended up like yelling at the server. We ended up having to apologize to the server on her behalf. And after I ended up texting her, I'm like, girl, like, I'm not gonna, you know, hold it to you too much. Like, I'm not gonna press you too much about it, but next time if you come out, you cannot be embarrassing us like that, because you made us look bad, and I really shouldn't have to tell you this because you're grown. Like, I did check her a little bit, but it wasn't something where I was like done being her friend, which it should have been, because when you see somebody character, like when you see somebody act the ass, then you should be, you know, prepared for them to act the ass again. But I was just like, I don't know, maybe you need to not drink so much next time. But I just let her know I didn't appreciate that shit, basically. And she was just like, girl, my bad, I was drunk, like, my bad. Yeah, mind you, we didn't get back till like probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And when I texted her that, it was either the next day or it was like when I got home or whatever, and everybody else got home. And she said, my bad. That's all she said. She was just like, oh girl, my bad.
Okay.
I just want to put the emphasis on me telling her, next time just come prepared, and next time just, you know, you just need to know how to act. Because me saying next time was to show grace. Like, I again wasn't ready to just tell her like, oh, I don't with you. I was trying to give shorty some grace, which I really shouldn't have, but I was trying to. So y'all, first of all, sorry for the change in, I don't know, angle, lighting, quality, whatever. I'm using a different camera right now because my camera died and I could not find the other battery for it. So I'm gonna have to use this because I want to get this video out to y'all like ASAP. So I'm just gonna have to do what I gotta do. After this situation happens, y'all, Fran ends up inviting me to hang out with all of them at her house. And I'm not gonna say that I like purposely didn't want to go because of Sage or anything like that, but I feel like probably my intuition has something to do with it, because I was PMSing, like I was coming on my cycle, but I also just wasn't feeling social, which with my friends that I like know and that I've hung out with and that I'm, you know, comfortable with, that's not normally like me. I'm not like a super social person with strangers and stuff like that, but if it's like a gathering my homegirls invite me to, normally I'll be down to do something like that, but I just wasn't feeling up to it. My social battery was at a 0%. And again, I was PMSing, so I just was not in the mood. So I ended up telling Fran, like, hey girl, like I don't feel good, I'm PMSing, I might not make it, but if I change my mind, I'll let you know. She's like, okay girl, let me know if you change your mind. We're just gonna be, you know, chilling or whatever, nothing major. He ends up telling me that he's gonna go to the studio or whatever. And if I'm being honest, y'all, I'm like, yes, go to the studio so I can be here, watch my shows, eat my snacks, and PMS in peace, because y'all, I just did not want to be bothered that day. And God just knew to test me this day. He just knew to test me this day. I don't understand it. So, I'm chilling or whatever. And probably like 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half that he's been at the studio and my friend's been hanging out or whatever, he ends up sending me a screenshot. Now, I'm obviously not going to include the full, like I'm going to put the screenshot on the screen. Like I got receipts, boo. But I'm not going to include her name and all that. Like y'all know I don't play them games, especially considering the ending of this story time. I'm just going to go ahead and blur it out and include it here. This girl ended up DMing him and he sends me the screenshot and it says something like, it's right here. It says something like, hey, I wanted to ask what cologne you had on because you smell good tonight, or what cologne you had on tonight because you smell good, but I forgot to ask, LOL. Something like that.
I don't even know what to say.
My boo, he's one of them people that doesn't check his DMs every day. As soon as he's seen this DM, he screenshots it, he sends it to me, and he immediately calls me. He's like, I haven't checked my DM. And this is a couple days after that night, so it's still at the top of his DMs or whatever. So he's like, I'm just now seeing this. Isn't this, oh girl, I just wanted to show you this shit because this is crazy. And I'm just like, all right, bet. So I hung up on him and I was like, all right, bet. And I just hung up. And immediately, my first thought is to hit her up, like to text her and be like, you know, to spaz on her or whatever. But you know what? Instead of doing that, y'all, this is not my proudest moment. This whole situation and how I executed this whole thing is not my proudest moment. But I just felt like, since you want to play with me, I'm gonna play with you. So, y'all, I ended up saving the screenshot or whatever, and I was like, you know what, let me hit up friend and see if Sage is over there, because earlier when she told me like how everybody was hanging out or whatever, she told me how everybody was supposed to be there, but she didn't say they were there. So I asked her, I'm like, hey girl, what y'all doing right now and who's all there? And she's just like, oh, Sage and blank, one of the girls, just got here and we just chilling right now. We finna spark up and like probably make some food or something. And I'm like, all right, cool, boo. And she's like, what, you must finna come through, like you must finna slide now. And I was like, yeah girl, I feel like I might want to. Yeah girl, I might just come through, I'm feeling a little better or whatever. And I didn't want to tell her, like somebody's gonna say like, girl, you should have been upfront with your homegirl and let her know because it's her house. But like, baby, all I saw was that I was pissed off. I'm not gonna be corny and say all I saw was red, all I saw was like all black, I blacked out. No, I didn't give a about none of that. I ended up putting on my boyfriend's cologne. I sprayed myself with the cologne that he had on that night. I mean, he only has specific colognes over my crib, and we had left from my crib. He has colognes at his house, and he has colognes that he keeps at my house, because sometimes he be at my house and, you know, he might not be prepared. So he got some clothes and he got some stuff over at my crib, and I know exactly which one he had on that night. So I sprayed all over me and I pull up or whatever. When I get there, y'all, I'm on some crazy shit, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm walking in and I'm like, hey y'all, like, hey y'all, hey. And they can tell that something's a little off with me, but they don't know what, because I don't ever walk in screaming like that. Like I might if it's some lit ass shit, or if I'm lit, or like, you know, if it's something hella exciting. But like just to come in and hang, like yes, that's exciting, but I don't be coming in like, hey, like no. I ended up giving everybody a hug. Even like there was a bitch there I didn't know. I gave everybody a hug and I'm like, do you like how I smell? I'm like, you like how I smell? And then she's like, yeah. And then I hug the next girl. I'm like, you like how I smell, boo? And she's like, yeah. And then I hug friend. I'm like, you like how I smell, boo? And friend's like, girl, you smell like a nigga. And I'm like, oh, do I? And then I go to Sage and I'm like, hey girl. And I'm like putting my hands out to try to give her a hug, right? So I'm like, hey girl. And I'm like, you like how I smell? And I'm just standing there like this at this point. She's not even trying to give me a hug. So I'm like, what? You're not gonna hug me? And she's standing there just looking at me stupid. She's just looking at me like, and I'm like, girl, what? You not gonna hug me? And then my friends compete the energy or whatever. So friends like, Chesa, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm okay. I'm like, are you okay? To Sage. And she's like, girl, why are you acting like that? I'm like, oh, why am I acting like that? And I was like, you have like 5 seconds to explain to me why you feel like it was appropriate to do what you did. And so now friend is like, do what she did. Girl, what did she do? Like, what are y'all talking about? Chesa, chill, wait, what happened? And I'm like, are you gonna tell them or you want me to tell them? And Sage is like, girl, what are you talking about? And I'm like, didn't you ask my nigga what cologne this was? Cause he smelled good, right? He smelled good, right? Smell me. Give me a hug. Smell me. And she's just like, girl, like, you doing too much. Like, what is wrong with you? Or she said something like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I pulled up the screenshot and I'm like, this not you? This not you? And friend comes over, like, she wants the tea. Now she's like, what are you talking about, Chesa? Like, what is this? Let me see. So she looks, and the other girl, like, one or two of the other girls come look, and immediately friend's jaw drops. She's, yeah, me too. I'm shocked too. And she's like, Sage, what the f-? And I'm like, yeah, Sage, what the f-? I'm like, so what? You have 5 seconds to explain to me what makes you think this is appropriate. And if it makes sense, I won't beat your ass. Simple. So now this is giving me flashbacks of other situations I've told y'all about when I gave it an opportunity to make some motherfucking sense, and bitch don't want to make no motherfucking sense. She's like, I was drunk. I don't even remember sending that, but I don't even know, like, I don't know why you're tripping. I was just asking him a question. Like, I don't know why you're doing all of that, because I just wanted to know. Like, I wasn't even being weird. You're acting like I said something inappropriate. And now I'm looking at her goofy as, because what do you mean? Like, why you didn't ask me? You want to know what his cologne is, what, so you can wear it? Like, it smells like straight nigga. Like, this is not even one of those unisex type of, no. And if you would have asked him maybe in person, you could have played it a little differently, but you went out of your way to DM my nigga. Mind you, in the screenshot he sent me, she was following him. So when I saw that screenshot, I'm thinking like she followed him that night. So I'm like, girl, why the fuck, first of all, why the fuck you asking my nigga anything? Why are you DMing him anything instead of just asking me? Because whole time I got him that cologne, number one. Number two, why are you following my nigga after we go to the club? Why are you following him at 4 a.m? She's like, girl, I followed him off of you reposting him a minute ago. Like, I've been followed him, but I just was asking a question. So now I'm even more mad because you're a weirdo. She was like, I've been following him when you posted that he just now noticing. Why do you want my nigga to notice you so bad? Why do you care for him to notice you so bad? And no, he didn't notice you. People follow him every day. I give him shout outs and I tell people, and he networks and people follow him every day. You think he look at every that follow him? No. So I feel myself start to get like a little hot and just anxious because I get anxiety when I get mad. Like my heart beats really fast and shit like that. So I'm like, I look that everybody's like taking a step back or whatever because they already know like this isn't going well. So I'm like, let's go talk outside. Cause I don't want to disrespect my friend's crib. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would rather not fight inside the house. So I'm like, let's go talk outside. And she's like, no.
I'm still whooping ass. I don't give a fuck.
And I'm like, what you mean? She's like, what is there to talk about? Like, I just asked him a question. You're dragging it. Y'all, this did it for me. I pushed the out of her, but I like shoved her. At this point, we were in the living room already. And I had shoved her towards like the front door and she had kind of fell into the front door. So we're not fighting at this point. I was just like, and I pushed her into the front door. Yes, I put my hands on her first. Usually I don't do that, but she really triggered the fuck out of me, y'all. And I do not play. I don't play about my nigga. I really don't. I'm sorry. I'm guilty as charged. So I push her and she falls against the door or whatever. And she stands up, whatever. And she like swings on me. So we like barely fight by the door or whatever. And friend manages to get behind us and she's like, wait, y'all, wait. And she like opens the door. And that sounds hella hood. Like she's just like, wait, like, and try to make room for us to fight type shit. But she just knew, like, I could tell when she saw that post or when she saw like what she DM'd her, she was turned off by her too. Like she was on some, like she has a dude too. She don't play that type of shit. Like she definitely did not think that her friend was that type of. So she's like opening the door because we're already tussling at this point. So we're like kind of out the door. This kind of gave me flashbacks to that one time I whooped that bitch through the yard. Or there was multiple times I whooped the bitch through the yard, but we're fighting or whatever. I'm like, you already know what it is. Like, y'all at this point be doing it with me. Like, let's do it. I'm beating her ass in the grass. And we're like up against the bushes or whatever. And I'm bing, bing, bing. I get on top of her. I'm like, bitch, you're a weird bitch. You're a weird bitch. You're a weird bitch. And she ends up saying something to me. Like, we get separated or whatever, obviously, by one of the girls. And she said something to me like, you're an insecure ass bitch. We supposed to be cool. I can't ask your nigga a question. Like, you just worried about me taking your nigga. Like, you think I'm gonna take your nigga? You think I'm gonna take your nigga? And she's like, on some ad shit, you know, she just got whooped. So now she's triggering me even more. So I go at her again. Friend ends up hearing that and she comes over. She's like, nah, you gotta leave. She's like, no shade. Like, you're weird. You need to leave. Like, I'm not fucking with that. You're weird, Sage. I can't even defend you. Like, you need to go. You need to go. And then she turns to Sage and starts hitting low blows. Like, she's throwing her business out there. That she's throwing out business that I knew, but some of the girls probably didn't. And she's like, just throwing out her business. Like, this has happened too many times. Like, I don't understand why bitches resort to, like, throwing salt on their friends as soon as they get into it or whatever. But like, yeah, you already done fought me. You don't got no salt to throw on me. You don't know my business like that. But this is a girl that she was friends with for way longer than she was friends with me. So she's throwing her business out there. And I'm not going to repeat it just for the fact that there's people that I know that might watch this that know who friend is. So I'm not going to put her business out there, but she's throwing shit that she should not be saying, like type of stuff that is like, it's like crazy that she's even throwing that in her face. Like stuff that isn't even no ass shit to say to somebody. It's like you're throwing her trauma in her face damn near. So now I want to beat her ass again. So I lunge at her again and I'm boo 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 and we get separated. And one of our other homegirls, I'm just going to call her Sis, because she real for this. Sis comes over and she like yanks her, like she yanks us apart, but she yanks her and she's like pushing her off the property or whatever. And I'm like, I come up and I help her push her off the property or whatever. And she's like towards her car and she's like, you need to leave. I don't know what the you got going on. You're a weird, crazy ass. You're a crazy. And she ends up screaming like towards all of us. And she's like, I'm gonna get y'all jumped. I'm gonna get y'all jumped. Watch. I'm gonna get y'all jumped. Watch. And then she gets in her car and she skirts off like the scary that she is. But you just got whooped. You're leaking on the way to your car telling us how you're gonna get us jumped. How you gonna get us jumped when we're a group of girls too? Like, it's just gonna be a brawl, baby girl. You're not getting nobody jumped. And if you try to get somebody jumped, baby, then we'll just come and jump you back. Like, it could be jump for jump, baby. And I bet you'll get hurt worse. Because baby, I could beat you by myself, and I did. So what are you talking about? So she ends up leaving, and all that came from that situation between me and her is she ends up blocking me on everything. She probably threw slugs on Instagram at me, or, you know, threw salt, but she don't really got nothing on me. Like, she don't know nothing about me for real, so there's nothing that she could have like used against me or spoke on the internet. But she did take a lot of that stuff that she was throwing in friends' face to the internet, to the point where me, sis, and everybody was ready to like pull up on her. But I don't know where she lived, and friend ended up telling us like, no, I'm not gonna give y'all her address, just because her party, y'all, it was at an Airbnb. Like, when we went to her little birthday shit, it was at an Airbnb. It was never at her house. I never knew where she lived, or I never had her low, because if I did, as soon as I seen what she was posting about my friend on the internet, I would have pulled up, and I wouldn't have cared what happened. I would have went to jail and all that. I don't care. I was scratching it out, because it's like, I already beat you up, but it's like, now you're saying stuff on the internet about my friend that's like crazy, to the point where she ended up saying like, nah, I'm going to take her to court, and I'm going to handle this another way, because she was making threats too, all type of stuff. And my friend, she's not a fighter. That's why we was ready to pull up on her again, because friend is not a fighter, and we are. Sis, me and sis, we gets down, and them other bitches, I don't know if they can fight or not, but they were willing to after seeing what she was posting. So she got spared by friend, because she ended up taking her to court, and that whole situation is settled, and you know what I'm saying? It's dealt with already, because I already like confirmed that with her. She told me to do a story time. Like, every time I have a situation with my, they be like, girl, make a story time about this shit. And yeah, that's the end of this story time, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Comment other videos that you guys want to see from me. Turn on the post notification bell so you never miss when I post a video. Follow me on all my social medias that are in the link tree in the description box below. We're gonna go ahead and get into the promos that we have for this video. L.B.Love Essentials. I'm gonna put the screenshot. If I say it wrong, or I, you know what I'm saying, butcher it in any way, I'm so sorry, but look at the screenshot for reference, you guys. I'm just trying my best here. On IG, definitely go ahead and give a follow. Tell her Chesa sent you. The next one is a YouTube channel. I'm gonna, again, so you guys can kind of see for yourselves. I don't want to give too much away, because I have a feeling if you guys go check it out for yourselves, you will definitely enjoy it, and you guys can, like, I feel like it's a little surprise edge to it if I just show you guys, because you guys can see a bit of what it is by showing it to you guys. So I'm just gonna read the names for y'all, and you guys can see what kind of content it is, obviously. So the next one is a YouTube channel, Starlit Lore. Go ahead and subscribe. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is Lay Lusky on YouTube. As you guys can see, it's gym content. Super cute, super tea. Definitely go subscribe. Tell her Chesa sent you. The next one is a TikTok page, dsavage.1, 2 E's on the D. Do not play. Definitely go ahead and give her a follow. Tell her Chesa sent you. The next one is also another TikTok account, Just the Human Experience. Definitely tea. All of y'all are tea. So I'm going to probably say tea after all of these. T. Definitely go ahead and follow. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is Simone's Sweet Shop. Y'all, I know y'all see this. Yeah, I don't even need to look at that. Y'all, that's how, yeah, that's all I gotta say. That's a IG page. Definitely go ahead and support. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is an apparel page, No More Hugs Apparel on IG. Definitely go tap in, go shop. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is the Yadormani. It's with a 3. Definitely get the spelling correctly. This is the TikTok page. Definitely tea. Go ahead and follow. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is a YouTube page, Lolly Lee, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 E's. Definitely go ahead and subscribe. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is Denver Lash Tech on IG, Minked X Tay. Definitely go follow, go book. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is The Sugar Sweet. Y'all, these ones be really, really tempting me. I'm not gonna lie. 2 E's and 2 E's on the end as well. Definitely go ahead and follow, support. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is, I think this is Evie Jane Beauty, or is it Evie? I hope I say it right. I'm just gonna say Evie. Evie Jane Beauty on IG. Super tea. Super tea. Definitely go follow. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is another clothing brand, Color. I think it's Color. I'm pretty sure it's not Color. So am I slow? Color Clothing LLC, spelled COLOUR, on IG. Definitely go ahead and follow, support. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is the Pink Vamp YT. Super tea, edgy, boo. I love it. This is a YouTube channel. Stay tuned for the video. Definitely go subscribe. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is So Pressed Official on IG. Definitely go follow. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is Monique XV with 4 eyes, I believe, on YouTube. Definitely go subscribe. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is D.XIETY03 on YouTube. Definitely go subscribe, support. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is The Unapologetic Me on YouTube. Definitely go subscribe, support. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is Energy Rich Readings on IG. Super T. Definitely go ahead and give them a follow, support. Tell them Chesa sent you. The next one is Nicole X Trinity _ Don't forget that underscore. On Instagram, definitely go drop a follow, go support, tell them Chesa sent you. And lastly, we have Bling by BB on IG. Y'all, do y'all see this? I don't even have to tell y'all. Like, definitely Super T, definitely go shop, go support, tell them Chesa sent you. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next one. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.
ChesaTheBrat, ChesaTheBrat.